Is CoCo in a relationship?
So I be kicking it and having fun.
Okay.
You know, gotta find something to write songs about.
So what's your type?
I've talked to a bunch of different career fields. Sometimes it's nothing to even do with music. Sometimes it's like business.
You want a regular guy. You giving all the regular guys who's watching the channel.
Easy with that term.
Be careful.
Because of what I had said was
not a
business.
bus driver.
What?
You guys,
wait.
Everyone slow down.
Wait, pause. Everybody pause for a second.
Your
Any
new
double
song,
backs?
I was just going to say, your new song, Double Back.
I love that
Is
song, by the way.
somebody you want to
Listening to
double
it before you
back
got here.
on?
That's
Is that a true story?
Hilarious. Of course.
Oh, okay.
Everybody in this room has double backs, have they not? Or is somebody in here perfect?
Nah, yeah, definitely.
Guilty.
No, everybody
Alrighty
gonna double
then.
back for the right person.
So who in particular were you talking about?
Word with me, yeah, you know BT. Suit so low, shout out OCT. No real cap, call out what we see. Whole game ready, baller blitz on 3. No, you can't stand on your own 2 feet. I already know you can't ball with me. Come chop it up with the squad and me. They get a letter, they calling me. BallerAlert. 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 BallerAlert.
BallerAlert, welcome to the BallerAlert Show podcast. I go by the name of Ferrari Simmons.
Hey, young world, I am Sue Solo.
You know BT.
OCT with that.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube pages. And make sure you tap into us on the podcast everywhere you get your podcast. Make sure you download that thing and share. You know what I'm talking about? What's up, guys?
Let's get it.
Just in case
you missed it. Congratulations to Robert De Niro and his partner Tiffany Chen. They welcome a new baby. He's 79 years old. Did you guys see that right there?
Mm-hmm. Don't never let the people tell you it's too late to have kids.
I didn't know your stuff was still working.
Your stuff is gonna work forever. You didn't know that?
No, that's not true.
No,
As long as you take care of yourself, I guess.
Not true.
Man,
so you never got fixed?
Man, there's people, uncles out here that's about the same age as him still popping out babies.
Yeah, but some guys' sperm don't work forever.
Yeah, sometimes it just stops working.
It worked for Robert De Niro, and now his kids'
Allegedly.
age range from 51, his oldest, to
0
newborn.
months.
It allegedly worked for Robert De Niro. We don't know
So wait,
nothing.
Robert, is the baby gonna be black?
No, the woman is Asian.
Dude, what is you talking about?
Because he has.
I thought he liked black women.
He do.
He
got,
do.
Yes, he
And
does.
do.
He's previously married to black women.
Well, he just like them all, cause you know.
All I'm saying is he's 79, and I'm not trying to joke, but I'm just like, damn, bro, like.
Bro, 79 is really old to have a kid because how long does men normally live? Like
79.
And that's the kicker right
you know
there.
what I'm saying? It's
80, 82.
That's the kicker right there. You know, having the parent around.
Looking like
I
President
had
Biden.
an old daddy, but he wasn't 79. My dad was old.
I mean, do you really need your parents if you have like good family around you, people that can still guide you and
I would
motivate
definitely
you and
want my dad
support
there.
you?
I would definitely want my daddy
I feel
around.
you, but if you didn't grow up with your dad, you probably wouldn't know until somebody made you feel bad about it.
Well, you know, this America.
But
Every
But only
Father's
black
Day,
people
you'll
joke
be
about
reminded.
you ain't got no daddy.
Y'all don't.
Your
That's like a black joke. Well, I don't think white people joke about like you have no father in your life.
I don't think so.
They don't.
I
They
think
don't.
jokes is jokes.
Nah, you go to school, they be like, well, at least I got 2 parents at home. You don't even know who your daddy is.
Oh my gosh! All right.
You're right though. You ain't lying.
All I'm saying is, at high school graduation, big dog, are you gonna be there?
God
You
willing,
79,
God
So
willing.
you gonna be 89? That's 96.
God
Are you
willing.
gonna have congratulations at the graduation.
Oh, God.
Gonna be in that wheelchair, like yeah, like they was in Life, the movie, The Life. Headed to the upper room.
Bye, Ferrari.
Upper room.
Tell about the gun line, boss.
Jesus, you gonna be right there, ready to go. As soon as
crossroads.
little one walk across that stage, boy, you gonna kick the bucket. Okay, we gonna go prayers up for Jamie Foxx. Could we do some snaps for Jamie Foxx?
Oh my God, this is.
We do have some intel from
crazy.
BT. You said something off camera. Can you say it on camera, sir?
Yeah, I talked to one of Fox's personal friends, and because I was nervous, I'm not gonna lie. I was hosting a club last night, and the DJ was like, "Yo, we want to do something for Jamie Foxx," and saying prayers up. And I said, man, I don't want to do that. I don't think I should say that on the microphone because it sounds like he's in a bad place. Because if you went on Twitter yesterday, it was like he was like trending #1 about his health. So
Yeah.
I called one of his personal friends and I was like, hey man, I'm a little concerned because we've had news in the past about other people in the culture that we thought were doing well, from the media, and it wasn't that case. And he said Jamie Foxx is good, that he's in good spirits, and he said that Foxx is just a personal a private person, and he doesn't. That's just how he's always been. So he said, don't believe all the stuff that you see on the internet, because he said I talk to him almost every day.
I think the thing about it is people love him so much that they want to make sure that they are supporting. But I think whether you know his true condition or not, just stay prayed up, wish the family well, and pray.
Yeah, he just didn't like the fact that people, saying that like talking like Foxx is like damn near like on his deathbed, and he's like, that's not the case. He said, I just talked to him yesterday.
Well, there was a headline that was saying that, his family is preparing for the worst as his health declines, so people were shocked by that. But nonetheless, the family does not need to focus on any of the headlines, and people don't need to be worried about what is actually happening while the family is going through it. Just stay prayed up, send them your love, and that's it.
Shout out to my favorite Jamie Foxx song, Baby Not the Usual.
Yeah.
Unpredictable.
You've got
and
to
I try. Rihanna's baby's name is revealed after one of the Wu-Tang's founding members, RZA. Can you help me pronounce this middle name though?
I think it's
Athelston
Okay.
Mayers.
So you saying
But
it's
you never know.
Athelston?
I think so.
Yeah, because Athel.
So
and then
RZA Athelston Mayers.
I like that. I really like that name.
That sounds like a rich name. That's what it sounds like.
Name RZA.
RZA
His
has
parents
always
are rich.
RZA has always been like a cool name, mystical name.
A rich name.
And I don't even think RZA is RZA's real name, the rapper.
No, it's not. But it's definitely a cool name, and it's very powerful. It seems to me, like when you hear the RZA, even the whole Wu-Tang Clan.
I think about karate.
Okay.
Man, I just think celebrities just can name their kids whatever they want to name them because they know that they're gonna be good. Like when I was coming up, your parents would just name you anything and it would be bad, and then you would go to your white friend's house and you'd be like, "What's your name?" "My name is Arthur." "Why's your family name you Arthur?" "Because that's what I'm put on my resume. I'm gonna get a good job."
No, shut up. That
For
boy said
real?
Arthur.
Yeah.
That is actually my dad's name.
Everybody has nice names here
Yeah.
on paper.
Sean.
Yeah. Suzanne.
S-E-A-N.
Byron.
Octavia.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could definitely go get corporate jobs on our resume.
For sure.
You don't know what I look like when I pull up. You gonna be like,
Sean, is that you?
Sean.
yeah.
What's happening?
What had it, gang? You know what I'm talking about? You ready for me?
They like, well, we thought you was,
They definitely not gonna expect
Byron,
you
we
when
didn't
they say
expect
Byron.
the braids.
Huh? Oh, listen. When I went to school, all the people that I knew,
Byron?
I only met 2 people named Byron, and they both was white. And they probably was looking at me like, "How'd you get that name?"
And the other person's from the movie.
Every
Your
Byron
best
I knew
friend
was
Bow
black,
Wow
though.
played it. Byron.
Now he ruined my name, but luckily that was when I was getting out of high school. He ruined my
I
name.
knew a ton of black Byrons.
I didn't know. Well, I grew up in Arkansas.
You're the
so-
second Byron. One was from the movie, and then you're the second Byron I've ever met.
And then we got a Byron, one of the interns walking around in here.
There's a very rich man named Byron Allen who owns the
I do
Weather
know
Channel.
Byron Allen.
I do know him.
And it's a poet named Lord Byron, too.
Oh God! When I jump in the Uber, they be like, "Suzanne," like, "Yeah."
And
It's
you wouldn't
me.
expect that.
They be
Not
like,
at all.
"That's you?"
Yes, and then they immediately go back to the hip hop station. I'd be like, "Friend, you ain't had to change it."
Would y'all rename yourselves as y'all wanted to, or no? Y'all
good.
Nah,
with
I wouldn't
Okay.
rename myself.
good.
Unless it was like Lord Byron or something.
Where your parents
You
get
could
your
just
names
add that.
from? I'm guessing
you
like
could legally
a
add
relative
that.
for you, Byron.
No, it actually came from white man.
Oh.
Mine did too. My mom named me off the Sean Connery, the actor. S-E-A-N, Sean Connery.
Oh.
My mom was friends with this white dude she used to gamble
That's
with.
her favorite actor, Sean Connery.
But what'd you say your mom knew a gambler?
Yeah, so my mom used to gamble, and this white dude that she was friends with, that's how they was friends. So she was like, "Byron, there you go."
Did she win a lot with him? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
These maybe are a good luck charm.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I never gambled because my mom actually got shot behind gambling.
Oh my.
Yeah.
How?
She got shot in the ass behind gambling.
Shout out to Mama BT.
Did she lose or something? Or she
No,
won?
so she was gambling with someone, and I guess apparently the people that was there, that one of the guys owed somebody some money. So they, kicked the gambling house in and just started shooting. But they was trying to shoot him.
Right, and she got the
Yeah.
crossfire.
You said she got shot in the ass.
she
My
got
mama
shot.
a gangster.
Arkansas,
My
man.
mama done lived through some crazy shit.
Arkansas.
Where your name came from, Sue?
My mama let my sister name me. So by the time my mama had me, they had been in America for like 8 months because my mom came to the States pregnant. And my sister had a Suzanne in her class and was like, "I like this name, Suzanne." And she was like, "All right."
That's dope.
I guess. I guess so. It's very Caucasian to be first generation American. They went all the way.
Right.
Yeah, I'm first generation American in my family too. My family from the islands.
Okay,
Everybody.
Island boy.
Yeah.
So you want to tell us where your name came from?
Yours?
Oh yeah, I was waiting on somebody to ask.
I was about to ask.
I was about to ask.
Okay, well, my name came from a street in California, in San Francisco, named Octavia. If you go there, you will find it.
So you go there and be like, yo, this my street.
I actually have a picture by it. I'm originally from California.
Is it Octavia Boulevard?
No, it's
Avenue?
just it's just a street named Octavia, and
Road?
there's actually a street named Octavia in New Orleans too.
Place?
My homegirl from New Orleans, she sent me a picture of my name, but it's very I think it's Roman, some
But it's not. But
Roman
it's a street.
royalty. Yeah, but because
it's just Octavia.
It's my name on there, and my dad had an old Mustang, and he couldn't, in San Francisco they have steep hills.
Facts.
So he couldn't get
Dangerous
his car to
steep
start,
hills.
and he was trying to get up a hill, and so he was like, Lord, if I get up this hill, I'm gonna name my baby after this street. And that's what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, that's a crazy story. You should go around and let people know that the street is named after you. So that, you can go to get some free
you want
coffee
her to
and
walk
stuff.
around and tell people?
No, I want her to go in the stores and be like, yo, y'all know this street is named after me. And if it wasn't for me, y'all business wouldn't be here.
Let's definitely take a trip to Octavia.
Hear ye,
Yeah.
hear ye.
In San Francisco?
In San Francisco.
Now it's
gonna be high as hell to get there
all
now.
over the world. It's all over, the United States. The street, like I said, my homegirl, she's from New Orleans, and she sent me a picture of my name on the street. Like I said, it's Roman, so it comes from those times like
Octavia.
when you go to
Octavia.
when you go to different places like the DC, Princess George, everybody you don't know who that is.
I now name thee Octavia. You are now knighted, Lord Octavia. That's actually fire.
Women can't be lords, but okay. Well, everybody's watching this tour that Beyonce is on right now. She is officially kicked off in Stockholm, Sweden.
Facts.
Some of the clips are flooding social media right now, and online reactions are not giving the greatest reactions.
Why?
I guess they expect more from Beyonce. They've been waiting. They haven't seen any visuals from the Renaissance album. And I guess whatever their expectations were,
Guys,
she's
no longer in her 20s, guys.
Hold on, that's not what it is.
Wait,
that's not what it is.
This is what I was gonna say.
But some people in the comments are saying they think that this may be her last tour for a while.
I don't
The tickets cost a house. People want to see magic, and sometimes Beyonce does not change her dance routines. Like, that is very real. What she will do is bring in something trendy. Like, for example, she showed love to Lil Uzi and did did that dance or whatever. Yeah, all that. But like, if we're gonna keep it real, she has a pretty consistent show every tour. Like, and by consistent, I mean, you kind of know what dance move she's going to do. You kind of know how the pyro action is going to go. But I think she gives her all the time. The clips that I've seen, she's been extremely energetic.
And not only that, a lot of people are looking for some of her old dancers. In the comments I was scanning, they're like, "Oh, where's such and such? Where's
Man,
such
people
and
get
such?"
new dancers all the time. Like, nobody's gonna. Some dancers are just like domestic dancers, and then you go across season, you get the international dancers.
Like you said, she may have picked up some of the overseas dancers too, to be, inclusive or whatever. But not only that, it's the first show. And
that's what I was getting to.
Everything, sometimes a lot of things go wrong when things kick off. But just give it a chance. Just let it grow. I'm pretty sure stuff will start picking up.
Yeah, relax, people. Because what I learned is that when most people go on tour, they always start off with small markets so they can perfect the show. Yeah. That's what a lot of people don't understand. So when you see people go on tour, they always start the small markets, and later on down the line on the tour, they go to the big markets.
And it's Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? She's going to have the best of the best, and I feel like it will grow into like something iconic. Because look at Usher's show. I'm pretty sure the way that it is now was not how it was when it first started in Vegas.
People change their show up all the time. And it's Beyonce. Y'all get to see Beyonce, man. Damn.
They paid for it. But to your point, though, Beyonce has actually been known to like keep the same dancers for a very long time. If you go back and look at her old videos, you'll see the same people over and over.
Shit, they probably got old.
No, they ain't getting old. Moving right along, suspect in Young Dolph's murder, Hernandez Govan, has a bond set to $90K. He was charged with first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder.
Not enough.
I mean, I don't think he gonna bond out anyways.
If he does if this guy does make bail or post his bail, the streets will.
You need to find a safe house.
It ain't no safe house.
It ain't safe.
It ain't safe for him.
I just don't understand how do these guys allegedly get hired to commit murder, but they can't post their own bail.
Well, let's just say this: a lot of people commit murder and never get caught. It's a high chance you get caught, but it's also a chance you don't get caught as well, and you get paid for it, and then street justice happens, and then you get killed down the line. So we always see like retaliation murders. We don't even know what these murders be happening, but it's a retaliation from a murder that happened prior to that. So a lot of street stuff happens, but we don't even know because we're not in the streets.
And they probably don't want to use any of that money on bail. Maybe they're in a desperate situation and would rather give the money to their family. Like they may have taken the job to support their family.
That money gone. I don't understand how people are still committing crimes when there's cameras everywhere. We used to just go to Kroger's and try to steal some candy, and then they'd be like, "Hey, it's a camera watching you, right?"
In 4K now, though.
Now it's a camera at the stoplight.
Cameras.
It's camera at the stop sign.
It's only going to get more advanced because of AI.
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence about to change the whole world.
AI is coming.
You seen what they do in China? Well, in China, they're videoing you walking. They have your face recognition. So if you ever committed a crime, you're gonna get caught the same day because there's cameras scanning your face.
They're all in cars too.
And just just
in your car.
Yeah, and going to be on the new iPhone too.
Well, listen, they already scanning people's faces when you go to the airport and go to Delta. Cause I don't understand that line be so small.
Opt-in?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Listen, I do it.
Well, on BET, they have a new season of College Hill featuring Jocelyn Hernandez and Tiffany New York Pollard. And they have clips all online. But on this particular clip, Tiffany Pollard is grieving the loss of her dog. She referred to her dog as her daughter. And Jocelyn just doesn't get it. She thinks that she's talking about a human being. And once she finds out that she's talking about a dog, she kind of
belittles the situation.
Yeah, she's like, I want my hood back. I thought you was talking about a human being.
I don't like that.
I am a dog lover.
Me
Y'all
too.
know that through and through. Love all the dogs that I've ever encountered in my life. I'm so grateful to have another dog now. I just think that Jocelyn is insensitive. I just think that if she doesn't feel like something is important to her, then it's just not important. She cannot relate to your feelings. She's not going to try. I don't. That's messed up. Man, that's cold-blooded.
Well, my dad lost his dog named Puffy. Puffy was alive for 14 human years, which is times 7. I forget how many years that is.
Well, it also depends on the breed, the size.
He was a poodle.
It can vary.
And my dad was so sad. I had to literally call him, check on him, make sure he was good. But animals are I think they're spirits on this planet, and you don't have to agree with someone grieving to even to be empathetic towards that person losing something. You could lose something that's not even alive and be upset. You know what I'm saying? So to lose a pet, especially if you're super attached, and them dogs speak your language, man. I'm not a big cat guy. I can't say I like cats, but I like dogs. Dogs can read your thoughts in my mind.
Dogs are the only creatures that love you more than they love themselves.
I agree with that.
That is a real thing.
I love all type of animals, and people got to understand. Sometimes you'll get a personal relationship with a dog because you can come home sad, and your dog know that you're sad and cheer you up, and it's a lot of things that comes behind people emotion. And you can't be belittling people, because what if somebody fish died and they were attached to their fish? It's like people have different personal relationships with other people than humans. When
my chocolate lab Aston transitioned July 1st of 21, literally Rari and I had our afternoon show on the radio together, and I could not work. I had to go.
No, remember it happened. We hugged. We hugged for like 5 minutes.
I couldn't work. I couldn't function. And I knew that she was transitioning because it got to the point where she needed so many fluids that I had to start administering the fluids myself. Yes. The vet literally taught me how to give her fluids instead of bringing her to the vet 4 or 5 times a week. They were like, you know what? At this point, just keep her comfortable. Do it at home. This is how you do it. But the day that we had to put her down,
that's so sad.
Oh my God, it was the most heartbreaking thing to sit there with her and like try to comfort her, and you can literally hear her last breath, and you just that's cold-blooded, Jocelyn. That's cold-blooded.
Yeah, but you can't, deny an attachment. A lot of people, what if a woman can't have kids and that's all they have is their dog or their pets,
Yep.
Animals do save lives, all type of stuff,
Yeah.
They sure do. I see dogs on planes all the time,
Yeah.
because you can, sometimes people have those for, being dependent.
Yes, of course. Yep. Because, you can even mistreat a dog and they come right back.
I'm telling you, they love you like nobody else will.
Yeah. New segment alert. It's called Keep It a Stack.
Oh, God.
Would you date somebody who is unattractive?
Unattractive in what way? What are we talking about? Physically?
Yeah.
Or what about unattractive and got his shit together?
All of that
or her
is
shit
relative.
together.
Yeah, that's a better.
Because there's some attractive people that ain't got their shit together. And
There's a lot of attractive people that don't got their shit together.
And it's a lot of unattractive people
that got their shit together.
I think that attraction can grow. I think you can be cool with somebody, be friends with somebody for 2, 3, 4, 5 years and never had been attracted to them in a romantic type of way. But then one day, all of a sudden, this person does something, or you just start to notice a certain quality
and
about them, and you're
hunch
like, no, you might just want to go to lunch.
And then hunch.
And then just be like, you know what? So-and-so is attractive. I can see something with this person. Like, I never saw him in this light before. And then you may become interested.
Shout out to B. Simone. I never forget, I did a podcast with her, and she said, I like ugly men. The uglier, the better.
I mean, I've dated some men that wasn't.
I've heard that before.
What, good men or something?
She just said she like them real ugly.
Okay.
They dedicated.
You know the girl
Determined.
told me. A girl told me that before
Dependable.
too. Yeah, that's what I heard. A girl told me that she said we ended up being friends. She was like, I could never date you. And I was like, why? She's like, because you're not ugly enough for me.
You're too cute. You be in the club.
And she said, I like them ugly because they going to be dedicated. They going to do everything that I need them to do. And they going to be all focused on me.
Because you the prize, baby.
But some ugly men, they are cheaters too. And,
Thank you.
And beaters too.
Thank you.
Everybody got the ability to cheat.
Keep it a stack.
Keep it a stack.
Keep it a stack. Them ugly niggas got bad credit too.
But usually, like, if you ugly as hell, you're going to have some, some cash flow or something going.
Yeah. Or that Long John Silver.
I mean, think about it.
Big ballin'. I'm a baller.
You guys got any updates on the playoffs?
Yes, the Miami Heat and the New York Knicks are going to 6 games.
Nobody cares about that.
Miami Heat should be winners.
Nobody cares about that.
Conference Finals. Yes, Sirski. I was so upset last night, the night before last, because my boys lost in New York. So by the time this airs, when this airs, Miami Heat will be playing tonight in Miami, and New York is going down.
Well,
Los Angeles Lakers play in LA, Golden State tonight, going down. They're going down too.
Nah, they're not going down. Outside of being a Hawks fans, because I have a lot of friends that play for the Hawks, I'm a Warriors fan, and I believe in Steph Curry, and I think.
So you think Steph Curry is going to force a Game 7?
I think he's going to force a Game 7.
Ain't going to happen, Captain.
I think that's what's going to happen.
Nope.
Because you know what, the Lakers, they've been doing a lot of flopping. And Steve Kerr, the coach, he made sure that he went to the refs and talked to the media to say, hey, these guys are doing a lot of flopping. And guess what? They didn't get all them calls this past game. And guess what happened to their ass? They went down.
I'm going for a finals preview that happened in the bubble. I want it to be Los Angeles Lakers versus the Miami Heat. That's going to be the best of both worlds right there.
Boom.
One game's going to be in LA. One game's going to be in Miami. Isn't that the best playoff series ever?
No, it's not.
Miami, LA.
Nobody wants to see that.
Fuck.
Nobody wants to see
Game
that.
1 and 2 in LA.
Bro, Miami, y'all don't even have fans.
Ooh.
Y'all don't even have fans.
You're
Anytime
right.
you look at TV, if y'all pay attention, y'all pay attention to
They're
those
in
Miami
the
Heat
club.
games.
They're in the club. They come out
They
in the
have
second
no
quarter.
fans. It's
culture.
always empty.
It's the
Every
Miami-
time you
that's a
look on
lie.
TV, them chairs be empty as
The
hell.
first quarter is empty. The second quarter, it's lit.
empty.
No, it's not.
It's always empty.
Bet.
Bro, how is it the playoffs? You shouldn't even want to go to the club if you're in the playoffs. You better sit your ass right there. When I went to the Hawks game, nobody moved, even when they went on break
BT.
and it went to the TV commercials.
I can
Everybody sat
understand
there.
living in Arkansas, there's no basketball team there. You know, you guys just have football.
Don't bring one from
No
me.
clubs.
Where I'm from,
Don't bring one.
We
from
party and have a good time. It could be Taco Tuesday. We're going to be eating tacos, watching the game. Then we're going to go to our seats, okay? That's usually going to be second quarter.
Or they could be in the club behind the goal.
Exactly.
Man, I ain't never been to Miami and heard somebody, hey, man, I'm about to go to that Miami Heat game tonight.
Bruh, we got 3 championships. We have 3 championships.
Yeah, with LeBron.
2 with LeBron.
Yeah.
Watch your mouth.
Now when
3 with
LeBron was
Dwayne
there,
Wade.
y'all was lit. But shout out to Jimmy
We're
Butler.
lit
though.
right now.
I don't know about all that.
Okay.
Shout out to Jimmy Butler,
Let's
though,
move
man.
forward. You always make me mad. Every time we do players ball, you make me mad.
But it's because you keep talking about
Because you
people
don't know what
don't
you're
care
talking
about Miami Heat going to the finals. People want to see Steph Curry get 5 rings.
We're winning. But yet we're winning. Got it. Makes sense. Makes complete fucking sense.
Only thing I gotta say, hey,
Heat.
KD, you better win against Denver. Because you went to another super team.
He's losing.
And we expecting you to go to the finals.
Fresh L. Off the grill.
Not fresh L.
Off the grill.
Come on, I believe in KD.
You ever had Polo Tropical?
Nope.
You know Polo Tropical?
Yes.
It's a theme song. Polo Tropical. Chicken on the grill. You never tasted chicken this good. Fresh L. This good. Coming off the grill.
I believe in you, KD.
What we got next, OCT?
Love versus money.
Yes.
It's Love versus Money on the BallerAlert Show.
Back with Love versus Money. I give the couple and you let me know if they're there for love or it's just business.
Business today.
Today, we have somebody who may be broken up, maybe on the verge. I don't know if this is for what, but y'all let me know. Croy Bierman and Kim Zolciak.
Oh, yeah.
If they housewives, it's for the money.
They've been together for a long time, though.
Man, if you a housewife, you there for the money.
He used to play for the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know who he played for after that, but all I know is he doesn't play football any longer.
So he got money.
Didn't they just file for divorce?
They had money. And let me just hit y'all with a little bit more facts. You know, they were together. They got married. She had 4 additional children with him. She previously had 2, and he adopted her kids. And so her kids, her 2 girls, have his last name.
Child support about to be
like I said, they have 4 more kids together. He is younger than her. He's a lot younger than her. Their house got foreclosed on, like I said, and now she's filing for divorce.
I think that this relationship could have been love, but I think it was a financial decision.
Damn.
She leaving when the pot gets hot.
Listen,
Damn.
No, when the pot gets nothing.
All right.
See, the fire is lit. It's a whole bunch of shit going on, and she gone? Damn. What happened to plan B?
I think this is tricky because sometimes love just ain't enough. Like, what you gonna do? Live in a box? Like,
What you mean?
Kim likes her lifestyle.
For rich or for poor. Damn. They is not abiding by what they said I do for, but
It's not just like the losing the money or not having a lot of money. Sometimes that messes with a person's psyche, right? Like, this man might not be as confident as he used to be. He might not be as present as he used to be. He may be in a whole nother space. He might be an asshole. He may have turned emotionally abusive because he's not feeling good about himself. There's a lot that goes with.
Damn,
something
man.
must have happened.
Yeah, the house got let go. That's what happened.
Yeah.
You said something happened. The money got low and she ready to go.
Maybe he wasn't telling her that he wasn't keeping up with the mortgage, if that was his responsibility, and she feels like, damn, he lied to me. Like,
I told you what happened. The money got low and she ready to go. That's
what
happened.
Up money too, though.
What? Hey, you should have helped pay on this bill to keep this house.
And another fact is she quit Housewives
Long
and
ago.
Her own show. So I don't know where.
Nah, baby, it's time to get back to work, baby.
Okay.
It's time to get back to work. We got to keep this house. We got to keep this money going. I'm a little low right now. I need you to put in.
So do y'all think she'll go back on the Real Housewives?
Probably so. She probably calling right now.
I don't know what she was doing in between time. I don't know if she had a job, Ferrari.
She did. She was on TV and she got booked.
You know what she doing now?
She quit that.
But she was like getting booked and stuff.
For what?
For like who she is.
Man, you know what she doing now? She calling that dude Andy right now and say, I'm ready to come back. I got a story to tell you.
My life is dramatic.
I got a story to tell you.
So for the love of
I'm gonna say it's for the money. If you a housewife, you are definitely
no. Don't say that. Be careful.
But mind you, Kim had a sugar daddy before.
She did.
Big Papa before she even got married to Croy.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm saying if you're on a reality TV show called Housewives, you are definitely there for the money. Okay.
Okay.
BallerAlert. Hey y'all, it's CoCo Jones, and you're listening to the BallerAlert show.
Superstar in the building. We doing snaps. We doing snaps.
She's
snaps.
back.
CoCo Jones. You got snap with us. Hold on.
Okay,
You got
my bad,
snap.
my bad.
Yeah.
She like, I'm not gonna snap for myself.
Welcome.
My bad. Every time I come over here, I feel like, dang, my life has changed so much since the last time. Like, I remember when I was here for my listening session before my EP even came out, and everybody was like, yo, this is fire. And I was like, really? Thank you. And now I'm like, I guess they was right, because these songs are doing it.
That's how it works, though.
Atlanta shows you love because I know you hosted a party at Rose Bar. Shout out to Mike Clay. And then, like
Big
you said,
Clay.
you're performing Strength of a Woman, BallerAlert. The last time Ferrari and I spoke to you, we had our radio show on another station. But baby, you doing your thing.
Thank you.
Ron Hurd told me a story the other day about a visit. You made a visit to Slutty Vegan, and these young fans approached you, and it made you super emotional. I think you had kind of realized that, like, oh my God, people love me, they follow me, this is a real thing. Is that when you felt like CoCo Jones is arriving?
You know what? I actually had this moment on one of my first performances where I was headlining since, I don't know, probably like 16, 17. I was at Howard Theater, and I literally was like choking up when they were singing ICU. I just could not believe how passionate they were and how they knew every word. I was just like, wow, the last time I even felt like this, I was 16. It's been so long. And I was like, woo, I'm about to cry in the club.
Let it out,
was
girl.
crazy.
Did you expect it to go viral on TikTok?
No.
Because that song was everywhere.
I never know what's gonna do whatever it's gonna do.
That's
I
a great thing,
just try
by the
to
way.
do what I can do.
Just do you.
And then let God control the rest.
It makes people like Ron's job super easy and Lydia's job.
So how did you come up with ICU?
Well, I actually had heard the music first. I was with Camper, and he's an amazing producer. He was playing me a lot of beats, and I was going there to do something upbeat. I was like, I'm trying to do a 5, 6, 7, and 8. Because also in my performances, I love to do choreo and keep it high energy as much as possible. And I heard the track that became ICU, and I tried to just I was like, oh, okay, that was powerful. Moving on. But I couldn't really move on. And so I was like, can you go back to that one song? And I knew, I was like, we got to write to this. I just can't hear a music like this that I already felt the song.
You felt it as soon as you
before
heard
I
it.
even wrote it. So I was like, I can't skip this.
So you just start somehow.
It's the way that jaw is going every which way.
And then you said this a hit.
No, I didn't even say that.
Well, you know it's a hit when Jacquees don't remix it.
You know
Oh
what?
my gosh. And that's a hard song to do.
Get out.
And
What?
he didn't
I'm
do
just-
it like you.
I'm just saying,
Please, you
I
guys.
say, oh, Jacquees remix, it's a hit.
You know
Facts,
what?
though, for
I'm
real.
screaming.
The label ain't put a pause to it yet.
Ron, did that happen yet? Yeah, I know y'all talked about it in the meeting.
Ron said, leave me out of
There are
it.
promo meetings.
I'm not in it.
Again.
But no, I didn't know what was or wasn't going to be a hit. I still don't know what the formula is. I just know feeling. And from what I've been told, like, it's the feeling that really sticks, you know? When I finished that song, we were kind of like celebrating, even though it's a very emotional song and very raw emotions. We were kind of like, that was crazy.
Felt good.
You know, it felt right.
I think, it's crazy when, for me anyway, sometimes I have to listen to a song over and over again before I actually really get into it. But ICU was like, the first time I heard it, I was like, okay, this is a bop. Like, let me run it back. So it definitely sticks. But why release a ballad first off of this new album?
I think it was, well, from what my team kind of explained to me, because I asked the same. I was like, guys, please. They're going to love this and only want me to do ICU. And then I'm going to have to be like EFG, HIJK, LMNOP, only ICU vibes. But from what they explained to me, and I'm really grateful that I have a team who's been there and done that, because I don't know, I only know one perspective. But they were basically saying, like, they wanted to showcase my vocals, like what sets me apart. And then of course I can do these other things that I also do, like my What I Didn't Tell You EP is so many different flavors of music, so many different sides of my actual personality. But I think it was first, like, if you're introducing people, do you want them to know, how do you want them to know you?
They want the voice.
Them to know my voice. The
you
voice.
introduce with the voice. It's just like Melanie Fiona. When It Kills Me came out, it's like, whoa. You know, it was a breath of fresh air just like this. You know, everybody's doing fast records. So we needed that ballad. You know, when Money Long came with Hours and Hours, people was like, oh my gosh.
And
So
it
it
was
was
so
always
slow.
a treat
Yeah.
when we
I
get a
agree.
ballad like that. So I love that they
agree.
put that out first.
For a ballad to go like that, it lets you know it's a hit. And I wanted to ask you, was there any type of a,
Relief.
like when people are saying, I like her as a singer. I like her as an artist, and not the actress.
Absolutely.
Because it's kind of difficult. It's difficult for people to say you're a musician and I like you
and I believe it.
And I believe it.
Yes. It was such a sigh of relief. I've had so many sighs of relief in the last 2 years. Like, wow, okay, this is working. Woo, I have a great team. Woo, I have a label who understands me. Woo, I have a hit TV show.
Everything's aligning.
It's just like, wow, yes, this is a lot of relief because you're striving for these goals and you want them really bad. You live and breathe these things. And I could see them for myself when my situation did not match. So to finally see these pieces come together where it's like, I don't have to like visualize having a #1 EP. I saw it. That happened. I can screenshot that. That's in time. That's in my journey. That's in my story. Like, it's a relief and it's also like such a grateful, humble feeling too that I'm just like, thank you, God. Like, I really couldn't have put these pieces together myself. So I'm just happy and grateful that it's happening like this.
Who's somebody that reached out to you recently that you was like, wow, I can't believe this person, reached out to me?
Well, I will say a crazy, crazy experience was when I was at the Rock Nation brunch.
Okay. How was that?
It was amazing. Like, how did I get here?
Yeah.
And I was waiting for Beyonce because hello, come on.
Right.
Like, that's the formula. That's
where everybody was there.
Right.
Yes.
It's her brunch.
I don't know about, but me personally, yes.
Everybody waiting on Beyonce.
Everybody was waiting on Beyonce.
Exactly. It's her brunch.
And low key though, that kind of is how it felt because when she walked in the room, like it was pretty much when the event was over, it was giving world stop, carry on, very much just like she said.
Wow.
Everyone turned and like the room went on. It was like on tilt and we all like slid towards her. It was so crazy to watch because I was by the waffles because I was about to get me a waffle and leave. Because I was like, anyway, Beyonce's coming up in here. It's time to go. I've been here since brunch. It's dinner time. I haven't eaten because nobody really eats at the Rock Nation brunch. I got to go. I'm about to faint. But then I just was like, something's happening. I saw Michelle. I was like, something's brewing here. And then of course Beyonce walked in and what was crazy is we was all on strategy time. My manager was like trying to talk to her publicist and then trying to talk to me, trying to get in front of the crowd because we were all walking in there. And then I was trying to get in front of the crowd. My homeboy who takes photos of her was looking at me and I'm looking at him like, can I go over there? My manager's like, it's on you. We can't do it over here. She passed our area and I'm like, okay. I'm about to do like dodgeball trying to get in here. And she looked at me and she was like, oh, I know you.
Snaps. Go ahead, keep going.
She was like, you be singing your ass off.
Yeah.
And I literally felt like frozen in time.
Like she's talking to me?
I was like, huh? I was like, keep it cool, Courtney. Keep it cool. So literally, the Oscar goes to because I was screaming, crying, and throwing up inside.
I'm telling you.
Because I was like, I cannot believe that the goal knows me and actually acknowledged me and what I'm doing has seen me. And she was like, keep doing your thing. I'm proud of you. I was like, since you said it, I definitely will. I wasn't going to give up, but since you said it, I'm going to keep going. It was crazy.
That's what you told her?
No, of course not. I kept it cute.
What did you say?
I said, thank you so much. And I was like, you know how inspirational you are to all of us. So thank you for being who you are. And that was that. I kept it real cute. Real player. And then I walked outside and I was giving a little thug tear. I was like,
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
They would have had to put me out. Like, get this girl out Beyonce's face. Like, my bad.
Now, who is entertaining CoCo? Is CoCo in a relationship?
LOL.
Is somebody sliding in the DMs? Do you read DMs?
I do read DMs sometimes. Yeah, because there be money opportunities in there. I gotta inquire. But I will say right now, it would have to be a really special son of a gun to take me away from the actual hyper-focused mindset that I am on my career right now. Because I always be saying to myself, if I look back and I was distracted and it wasn't for something intentional that was going to be worth the time and the investment, then there's nobody to blame but me. So I be kicking it and having fun.
Okay.
I gotta find something to write songs about.
Private dates?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's your type?
She kicking it.
Athletes?
I've talked to a bunch of different career fields. Sometimes it's nothing to even do with music. Sometimes it's like business. And I'm like, low key, I'm like, I don't really enjoy having somebody in the same career field because then I don't like when we're out at events and stuff. Like, ew, why are you here? But I'm like, oh, you work here.
So
like,
you want a regular guy. You giving all the regular guys
easy
who's
with
watching
that
the
term.
channel.
Easy with that term.
Be careful.
Because of what I had said was
Not a bus
business.
driver.
What?
You guys,
Wait.
everyone slow down.
Wait, pause. Everybody pause for a second.
What if but I think he means like maybe someone like a doctor.
Yeah.
I would definitely not steer away from somebody who's in a different field that's not all glitz and glamour, because that stuff is just pretend anyway. And it's really the character and the work ethic as well. I want somebody who I can respect. You know?
That's real.
So yeah, it just got to fit into that category.
Your
new
double
song,
backs? I was just going to say, your new song, Double Back.
I love that
Is
song, by the
somebody
way.
you want to double back on?
Is
that a true story?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Everybody in this room has double backs, have they not? Or is somebody in here perfect?
Nah, yeah, definitely.
Guilty.
No,
Alrighty
everybody
then.
gonna double back for the right person.
So who in particular were you talking about?
You are messy.com.
No. I just wanted to know. I think we're friends, right? No, don't friends converse?
I mean, damn.
Now he gonna DM her. He gonna text her. He gonna text her when he see this.
Saying no names. How did the concept of double back come about?
Basically, when I had heard the song, Lennon on the Track produced it, and he was like, "Yo, we got this fire song, and I think you'd be perfect for it." And of course, I was really inspired, and I just thought about what SWV and like rain on me. Like, who would I want to feel that way for? And I'm like, well, it's definitely a past situation.
Okay.
I'm like, I was thinking, dang, why is it always him? I was like, interesting. But I feel like right now, like I said, it would have to be worth the time.
Okay.
And 9 times out of 10, when you go back to that situation, the variables are the same, so it's going to be the same outcome. And insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
Hello.
So no, thank you. Right.
People
Well,
gotta
maybe
start
later.
going to
Maybe when I'm
therapy.
bored. If I get bored, right now I'm busy.
That's the reason I'm fighting my double back
now,
now.
Rara, you gonna get her in trouble because now that dude she talking about is gonna text her
Ain't nobody worried about that dude. She ain't worried about
when he see
he's
this
probably
interview.
left on red.
Well, speaking of
Get
being
left on red.
busy, you
Heard the
was
message.
on Tia's Quick Fix with Terrell.
Yes.
Y'all was cooking. Have you been practicing? Because you was not, that ain't your thing.
Not too much
That
on
ain't
me.
your thing.
Not too much on me because I do be cooking. You know, it's crazy when I actually have free time. I really do like to cook. It's fun. I feel like I'm on Betty Crocker energy, and then I'll be like, getting all my ingredients. I want to try like a new recipe, something fun, and then I get to eat.
So what's your
My
signature
favorite thing.
dish?
Well, my easiest one that I know I'm gonna do right is like chicken Alfredo or shrimp Alfredo or something like that.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
You know, I feel like that's the common one the girls
That's
do.
very much
but
so.
please, it's easy.
What, chicken Alfredo is like common?
It's like, I don't know why, but it's like a very, all the girls who be like
Boiled
cooking, they be
noodles,
like,
put the sauce in,
chicken Alfredo.
put a little
I made
salt,
some
put a
Alfredo for my man.
Shit, I'll be happy as hell.
No, Ferrari.
Look, I forgot what y'all was
Thank
making
you.
on Tia's thing,
Thank
but
you.
they put you on light duty.
I don't know what they had me doing, but one thing about Terrell, when we're on the Tea and Coco, when we're cooking on Tea and Coco, it's always a terribly, terribly difficult recipe. But my mama, I'm from the South. I'm from Tennessee. So my mama and them, they know how to cook. My grandma cooked everything from scratch. So I did watch all of that, and I think it's really, really cool. And it's a passion of mine. I want to be able to really throw it down.
Okay.
I feel like that's a different skill. It's cool. But do I have the time to practice it right now? No.
Right, you will one day, but not now.
You want to like cook for your man, like have dinner ready for him when a man comes into your life.
Well, I'm like, being realistic with myself, I'm like, when would that even be? That I'm home in enough time to cook dinner before he's home. I mean, if I went to the studio, I'm not getting home till 12, 1, 2.
Maybe he need to be cooking for you.
You can meal prep.
There you go.
I could meal prep, and maybe he could be the chef.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
he
saying.
can.
There it
Or
is.
maybe we both
Teamwork.
get home and there's a private chef.
There it is.
Hello.
Hey,
There's
I like that.
As long
I
as
like
we
that.
eat, it's all good.
Well, speaking of men, you had your pretend man, Jazz, and you left him on red on the season finale. Man.
Take a sip, friend.
That water good, eh?
All right.
Hey, yo.
Finale of Bel-Air.
Bel-Air
It's hydrating.
is so good. I love it, man. How have you acclimated from beginning to now?
Well, I've learned a lot about balance, and I've learned a lot about commitments. I mean, technically, I signed my name to 2 huge entities: music, which is Def Jam and High Standards, my joint venture, and NBC, Peacock, Bel-Air, and it's 2 huge companies, and they want the best of me, you know? And so I've learned a lot about commitments and the things that you agree to, and of course, everything worth anything is hard and difficult, but that payoff, it'd be worth the hard and the difficult. But it's no joke balancing everything, because I know how important it is to represent Hillary well, and how important that is for culture and history. And I know how important it is for me to introduce myself to the world and be as authentic as I can be, so people get that Hillary's a character, and I'm gonna eat that character up. But then also, you're gonna know the difference between Hillary and CoCo. It's
And you're
gonna be
doing such a great job.
Thank
But
you.
the whole cast, I love.
Thank
And
you.
you just doing a good job. And congratulations, y'all got picked up for season 3, right?
Yes, we
yes.
did. We
Are you
did.
excited?
Of course.
We don't get no snaps for that?
Yeah, snap. Come on. I was about to ask a question because you said a key word. I'm a big mental health guy, and you said balance. It's very difficult, easier said than done. Are there moments where it's like a transgression where you're like, man, this is too much? Or do you have help with maintaining your schedule? How do you
take care of
maintain both? Keep a level head.
Yeah.
Talk to family, you know.
That's a real question. I do have help in balancing my schedule and scheduling things out. It's so weird to say that I have an assistant, but I do have an assistant because I tried to like not do that. I was like, ew, no. But I was like, now
you need
my mental is a little jacked up, you know? And there are certain things that I could do them, but then I'd be like, well, that's less sleep doing that one thing that could be done by somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what's more important? Like sleep so that I can be prepared for being on set at 5 a.m. till 5 p.m. and then going to the studio till as long as I can take. You know what I'm saying? So I do have an assistant now, and he is amazing, like literally legit. And I think also I'm very big on therapy. Okay. And so I'll tell my assistant, like, this hour block is for therapy.
Thank you for saying that.
Everything has to be scheduled around that. Because what good is it for me to run it up and be mentally
How
gone?
often do you go, if you don't mind me asking?
How often do I go to therapy?
Yeah.
It really just depends on my schedule, but definitely minimum once a month.
Okay.
But if things are going crazy, then more than once a month, like maybe twice a month or maybe 3 times.
However much you need it.
However much.
I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, it's real. I mean, if you go to the doctor for your health, and I feel like therapy is just like the mental doctor.
100%.
You know?
Agreed.
Is Bel-Air affected by the writer's strike?
I mean, I think every show is because every show takes writers and they have to be passionate and they have to feel heard. So yeah, I feel like every show is. And you know, in this industry, there's a lot of things that could be better. Me speaking on the acting side, colorism and all of those things has been such a huge part of my limitations that were not placed on me because of me, you know? So I feel for everybody in the industry who doesn't feel like they're getting what they deserve. And I think it really is important to just continue to make opportunities that are fair so we can all run it up. There's so much money to go around.
Yeah, they just want to be cheap.
I mean, hey.
They don't want to pay these writers, man. These writers are creating great content and they don't want to pay them.
I think a lot of businesses are, of course, always trying to pinch pennies, but at the end of the day, you gotta pay people when they're valuable.
What's your dream role?
Ooh, acting. I would want to do like a really fire action movie. Like I really loved Charlie's Angels.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was so fire. Like they were all bad and like they was actually like killing it.
Yeah.
So I would want to do something like that. I think I would also want to do like a really powerful drama. Like I don't know of a really good example, but just something that really sets me apart is like, oh, she really liked that. You know,
like to show your range.
Like Vivica Fox and
to
Kill
show
Bill.
my range. Yes, like something really powerful that just puts some respect on my acting name. I would take an Oscar. And honestly, if it gets EGOT eventually, I would definitely welcome that because I've also done Broadway before.
What do you like more? Music or
music? .com music.
Why? Why is it so serious?
Singing is what I've been doing my entire life. Even when I was a baby, I was humming all the time. It's in all my baby videos. It's so weird to see. And I think when I started singing, I wanted more opportunities to entertain, more feelings that felt like performing. And my mom, who was, you know, my team before my team, she was like, you want to audition for this broccoli commercial? And I was like, perfect. I just wanted more opportunities to feel how singing made me feel. So I know I wouldn't have started acting if I never started singing.
So like you said, you've been in the industry since, you know, for a minute. What are some of the things that you've learned thus far?
So many lessons. I think the lesson that I am trying to continue to learn right now is that like it's business and things aren't personal all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be able to differentiate what is what. And especially when things get more cracking, there's a lot more going on. So there's less time to process things, you know?
Smoke and mirrors.
And I want to learn that more. But I think with anything, persistence has been the biggest lesson. A lot of this stuff just happened because I didn't give up, you know?
I heard that.
And everything kind of fell in the same timing. But if there would have been no timing if I just gave up, you know what I'm saying? So I really want to push that message out too. When people watch my interviews, I always try to talk about how long my journey was and the highs and the lows and the points where I was like, I'm done here. I literally don't have it in me to fight this battle anymore. But something would always keep me here. And I know it was God, of course, an opportunity, but it's really just not giving up.
How long did it take? do you feel like?
I feel like if it was up to me, I moved to LA when I was 17, and I had my first like big moment of stardom when I was 14, and I'm 25. So 10 years to me.
That's
so
always
young,
a number.
Though. You're still so young.
I mean, I started as a fetus, but if we're going back to, but if we're starting at 9, then that's a hella long time. That's almost 20 years. I don't know if I did that math right.
Question:
I didn't go to college.
You're easily the second tallest person in the room. Shout out to Ron. Ron's actually the tallest person in the room. I know
about
Pops
yourself.
was an athlete.
Yeah.
How was that growing up with a professional athlete in the household? Was sports ever an idea for you?
Oh, absolutely. I thought basketball was going to be my way to the top.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad was retired by the time that we were like all old enough. But he had so much passion and so much joy that came from his time in the league that they were so passionate about whatever we wanted to do. Just because he got to live his dream, live like a 1%er's life. So how is he gonna have such amazing stories of his glory days and then be like, you can't sing, that's not realistic, you know? Like, it just didn't make any sense. So they were really supportive, but they also instilled a really intense work ethic in us because they both my mom came from entrepreneur background and my dad came from athletics, so that combination is crazy. We would be out in summer doing drills and I'm like, now what is this for? Because what are we doing here? Even when I stopped playing basketball and started singing, I was like, I'm still out here? I'm still doing summer camp. Okay, sure. But, you know, I remember like there was this one time where I was about to perform. I think I was 13. And I don't know what my dad had said, but it made me start getting on the elliptical every day at 5 a.m. And I was like 13. And I thought to myself, like, why did I do that? It was just so random and wild. But
build your stamina.
I wanted to be so prepared. And they taught me a lot about tenacity. About everything. They are the reason that I am like I am, you know.
And it's serving you now, man. You got the EP out. You got Bel-Air out. What's next? What else you got?
Well, I'm really excited to be on tour this summer. I mean, my EP has blown me away with the amount of love that it's gotten. Yeah. I mean, ever since I've been even in Atlanta today, I didn't heard my song on the radio.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere with me.
That's probably the best feeling.
All stations.
Crazy.
On
It's
all of them.
so crazy, man. So I want to tour. I want to go to all of these cities that are showing me love and give them back that energy, you know? I'm really excited to do that.
You get more fans too.
What I didn't tell you is the EP, CoCo Jones. We're so proud of you, man. Your evolution. We watching. Come back anytime, man. We always
come
happy
back and
to
host
see
with
you.
us, you know.
Message.
My son and my husband are not seeing eye to eye. My son is dating this girl and she isn't the best female for our son. My husband, his dad, is way more vocal about it than I am about it and is very rude towards the young lady. I love my son and he's clearly happy with this young lady. How do I get his dad on board?
First of all, you gotta tell daddy, stay out that little boy business. Let him figure it out. Give him some advice. If you feel like that young lady is not a good fit, express how you feel, but you can't take it out on a young lady. So I think you should sit down and tell your husband, let him figure it out. If he needs some advice, then come to you. But leave that little girl alone.
I think it's a little tricky when you have kids involved. But you gotta make sure that you take your personal feelings out of the picture and really kind of focus on like, why do you feel like this person isn't good for the kid? Like, what actually is it? Is it because she's not exactly like you, or like first of all, figure out why you feel that way, identify all those reasons, and then have like a grown woman conversation with him.
You know what dad realized when that little shouter came over to the house? He smelled the fatness on the little shouter that came over with his son, okay? It's something that man can do. We can smell it. She came by with his son, and he smelled some bullshit in the house. And he just trying to keep it a stack. If we can put our little, you know what I'm talking about? He keeping it a stack with his son. Because that's what a dad is going to do to his son anyway. Hey, bro, that ain't the one, boy.
So what you trying to say?
He smelt the thought in her.
Damn.
Mom is just trying to say, you know what? Just let him bump his head.
So you said she's a hoe.
If he's happy, cool. Dad over here like, hey, she look like she a little thought. Fathers can feel that way.
He seen this before.
He has seen this before.
She's a hoe.
Maybe I didn't hear the baller mail right. Okay, so maybe.
Usually, correct me if I'm wrong, ladies, when you meet the parents, you on best behavior. You're trying to set an example of, you know what? I'm the right person for your child. And if you ain't setting the right example, guess what he gonna do?
Sniff it out.
This one right here, she fucking and sucking and doing a whole bunch of bullshit.
About to turn my baby out.
And you don't think the dad wants his son having sex? I see that fathers encourage their sons to have sex quite often.
But if we talk about seriousness ship in a situation,
and I don't think that's what dad. No, I don't think dad wants his son to be in a
You can't be mean to the
serious
girl though coming over.
Like you can't be mean.
You can't be mean because at the end of the day,
unless.
But listen, this how parents fall out. This how parents fall out.
Dad is triggered. She probably reminds him of a girl that he messed with. Yeah, he triggered.
But you gotta let your son bump his head.
Yes,
that's what Mama said. So I agree with Mama.
If little Rory meets a young lady at some point in his life,
don't give me the example.
And you are mean to his girlfriend, he gonna be like, Dad.
Listen, guys, I'm raising
my hand. She
already
give me that poom poom to
I'm raising my hand. I'm the ignorant parent. I don't give a fuck. Okay, don't put me in none of this. Don't set me as an example. I'm very ignorant.
And you better hope the little girl ain't smart because she could get you, oh, you want to be rude to me? Well, I got something for that ass.
Oh.
I'ma turn your son on you, punk.
I'll turn his ass out. She probably just
she gonna show up pregnant.
I don't want to see no spiteful woman.
You said she gonna show what?
Show up pregnant.
Oh shit.
Or give him something irreversible.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I rebuke it. I rebuke it though.
I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here.
In the name of Jesus.
All right, that was Baller Mel. Before we get out of here though, we got a pep talk with CoCo Jones.
Hey y'all, it's CoCo Jones. And if you do know my journey, you know how long it's been. If you don't know my journey, it's been a long time coming. But I would say my motivation for you guys is whatever you're pursuing, find out your why, because in the highs and the lows, that's going to be what keeps you from giving up. Why are you doing this? And if this is, for you, then find that truth that can, live inside of you and cannot be changed by outside circumstances. Because the highs, they're going to bring new energies. They're going to bring new opinions. The lows, they're going to bring the real friends out. So find your why and stick to that. And even if it takes time, that doesn't mean it's not working. It just means it's taking time.